Let's bring you this now. Some good news for South Africans. The country's My Octopus Teacher has bagged a major victory on the global stage. Now, the award-winning documentary filmed in False Bay has become the latest recipient of the Oscar for Best Documentary. Well, the film recently won a BAFTA. So let's discuss this with our U.S. correspondent, Jagruti Dave, who joins us now all the way from Washington. Jagruti, good morning to you. I mean, it's all excitement here. Bagging a win for this one. It's a win for the country. I can only imagine how the producers are feeling. Just to keep us up to date with, or rather up to speed with what went down at the Oscars.
Yes, it was an Oscars like no other, I think. As we've seen with all award ceremonies, because of the pandemic, they've really changed the way they've looked. And this year's Oscars was no different. It was a pared-down affair. It was an in-person event, unlike others. It was a very scaled-down red carpet, only vaccinated people with very few plus ones in attendance. It wasn't at the usual Dolby Theatre in Los Angeles, but it was at the Union Station, where they could better socially distance, with cameras in other countries, I think New York and London, where some of the stars were appearing from. But I think, as you say, one of the really lovely wins was this South African Best Documentary film, My Octopus Teacher. And this is a film that is a heartwarming story about diver Craig Foster's developing relationship with this female octopus. Now, interestingly, the film, which was made, I think, about 10 years ago, started out as a personal project. Craig Foster just trying to reconnect with nature, free diving near Cape Town, and he finds this female octopus, which he then goes back to film over its short lifespan. And it's the story is of a development of this really lovely relationship, and it shows this octopus sort of how clever she is, evading predators, even playing, and it's a real sort of testament to the natural world. I think the last time a nature film won Best Documentary was 2005, March of the Penguins. And at the awards, one of the co-directors, James Reed, a Brit, he said he thanked Craig Foster, saying that he kind of showed us, if a man can form a friendship with an octopus, it does sort of make you wonder what else is possible, which is such a lovely thing. I think other big moments from the night, one of the big upsets actually right at the end was Sir Anthony Hopkins, British actor, who won Best Actor at the age of 83, making him the oldest recipient. He won over a couple of other favourites, the late Chadwick Boseman, who was widely expected to win for his performance as Levy in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, as well as Riz Ahmed, another favourite, for his performance in Sound of Metal. We saw history being made with Chloe Zhao, who was the second woman ever to win Best Director for Nomadland, the first woman of colour, the first Asian woman to win in that category. Nomadland, the story of a 60-year-old woman who travels across the Midwest after losing her husband. Frances McDormand winning Best Actress for her role as that 60-year-old woman in Nomadland. So, it was a night of that made history in so many ways with this category. It's the first time two women were nominated in the Best Director category as well. I think diversity really being at the forefront, racial diversity as well as gender diversity being showcased at this ceremony. But, some upsets, as I say, with that award being given to Anthony Hopkins. But, award season is always something that people really look forward to. And I think this pared-down ceremony, but in-person ceremony, is perhaps a sign, a little bit of things slightly trying to get back to normal.
Absolutely, Jagruti. I mean, I can't even, express how excited I'm sure the producers should be at this time, but also all the winners being there. And I can also imagine, the event being quite different with COVID-19 and, having to social distance and make sure that you are not in too many crowds. But at the end of the day, well-deserved wins we've seen around the world. Thank you so much. Our U.S. correspondent, Jagruti Dave, joining us there from the United States.